Hello and welcome to Mighty Obstacle Studios' month in review for June 2024. There has been a lot of problems going on this month, but most of it is over now. Most. Even then, there was still a lot of work done on Scouter, so let's get into it and talk about this mishmash of a month. One of the biggest issues with this month is my schedule. As you may know, Scouter is unfortunately not my full-time job. You can fix that by donating to the Patreon. However, because a bunch of people above me made a mistake, I had to pay for it with mandatory overtime. Isn't that great when they make a mistake and you have to pay for it? Oh wait, it actually isn't great. I actually really did not like that. Oh, also, I had a broken RAM stick on my computer, and then I screwed up and fried another stick trying to put them all back. Luckily, the RMA department for my brand of RAM is pretty relaxed, so I'm going to get some new sticks and we'll be okay later. The rest of the computer's fine, and don't you worry, Scouter is backed up on a million different things. The point is, I didn't have as much time as normal this month, but it looks like I do have quite a bit to share. First thing is how nice it is to find everything you can interact with. Turns out Godot doesn't have any limits on next pass shaders like I thought. Now every interactable character and enemy has outlines. It's super slick, it looks nice, and there may be a few ways to improve it that I'll look into. I do have to add one thing to Scout to make it so her outlines follow her devil trigger wave, and try to make it red when she's flaming hot. It's a fun thing to experiment with. I'm a big fan of outlines, and they're definitely staying. Wacky Waterways is getting a lot of work done on it. As you can see, it's a large stage, much larger than anything that came before it. It takes a good 2.5 minutes if you're really fast to beat Act 1. Act 2 is a bit shorter, but that's par for the course, because I gotta leave room for the boss fight after all. The gimmicks have functionality, but they need some more work to get them to look nice. We're gonna have water spewing out from grates with a timer here, for instance, instead of these ugly boosters. Same with the water pushing Scout and enemies down. That's going to be a very fun gimmick. Act 2 also has a lot of perspective shifting areas. Right as you start, you get 2 combat rooms you need to jump between, and that's really fun. So get excited to see way more progress on Wacky Waterways. While my original goal was to jump into the Discord server for Sonic Fan Games headquarters and ask, when is Sage? It turns out everyone else already asked that question. It looks like Sage 2025 is still happening, despite the fact that it doesn't have a page saying, hey, we're gonna do it. But it's going to be later this year, and they're going to announce it later so people won't rush for the deadline. Well, that's not gonna work on me. Let me tell you the goal. If Wacky Waterways is done, I mean all the way up to the boss fight, then it's gonna be in. If not, you'll get to see a new demo that's just Trainyard Tantrum, but with all the improvements I've made since the vertical slice, including outlines, new details, and a bunch of stuff I'm going to announce next. I won't keep the end goal as rigid as that, though. I may potentially make it so that Wacky Waterways is playable but the boss is cut or something. There's all kinds of ways that I can go about this. But that is at least a plan. It's better to have something than nothing, right? Lightning round time. I made some changes to the style meter to make it so it's a lot harder to stay in the later ranks, like A, S, and X. I was watching some friends play Devil May Cry 3 and I realized that it wasn't enough to set the drain speed higher. The bars need to be larger for the higher ranks, so I did just that. So if you want to be an X rank player, make sure you know what you're doing. Now Scout won't also be able to get stuck in terrain anymore. It turns out rotating the entire character is a really bad idea in something as fast-paced as this. So now there's a much faster way to do it, and yeah, that's about it. I just stayed up very late working on this, so it better work. I also made it so certain animated shaders will now pause when you pause the game, and resume from where they are. Originally, I just had it set the UV coordinates to 0, but now I can get the exact positions. Lots of geometry in Trainyard Tantrum has been smoothed out too, and it looks a lot better. Hopefully all the drama I have will be dealt with soon, and my computer can be happy again. I have quite the recommendation for you. If you're into shooters, or horror games, or just really wacky and messed up games, give Killer 7 a try. I wasn't sure if I'd enjoyed this one, but Glad to see I'm wrong. The story is crazy, the lines are quotable, the environments are really clever, even though you're locked to going a single-lined path, and the shooting is great on keyboard and mouse. I would at least recommend you look up what all the characters can do because the in-game tutorial is really bad. Despite that roadblock with the tutorial, you'll have a fantastic game to play that was both made by Shinji Mikami and Suda51. If you enjoy the content we make here, please consider subscribing to Mighty Obstacles YouTube channel. We also have social media accounts with Patreon, which you can join as a free member. If you want to pay though, you'll get access to the Discord server, and if you pay even more, you'll get access to all of Scouter's alphas. We're also on Twitter, X, whatever that place is. Next month is going to be focusing on making sure the game is fun, making sure Wacky Waterways is complete, and making some changes like adding a few new enemies and starting a brand new scout model. I didn't say much regarding that, but there are some new design sheets here for her ready to go for a 3D model. Also, I'm going to try to make a new video here that's not a month in review. I miss doing that, it was very fun. I've also gotten way faster internet recently, and I'm going to use it to stream myself working on Scouter. Who knows, we could make it into a weekly or bi-weekly thing. Stay tuned for more news regarding Scouter, and we'll see you next time.